This is Roger with Crosscut in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2003 Ford F350 crew cab short bed. It's a 1-ton single rear wheel, kind of rare. It is a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's 4-wheel drive. It's a Lariat, which is leather, and has 191,659 miles. It was a theft recovery purchased directly from American Family Insurance in Denver, Colorado on a clear title. Really nice truck. This is kind of an interesting story on this one. It came here and it ran great, and went to our shop, Monsoon, who does all of our work, because we wanted to get it Bulletproof EGR cooler, Ford oil cooler, because it had a leaky oil cooler. So we just do the Bulletproof package that we do on it. And they didn't make phone calls. They opened up a new shop on Fort Lowell. There was some miscommunication, and they went crazy. Anyway, which is why we didn't fix this door. This is how they kind of dented this door. So when we put a new driver door handle in, new ignition in it, this is as good. We were going to send it to the paint shop and fix that dent. But after we spent a fortune to make the motor almost brand new, we decided to stop. Anyway, basically what happened is they did the Bulletproof EGR cooler, the Ford oil cooler, obviously LOF, a lube oil and filter included in that. Then they said, oh, there was codes for 2 injectors, and then they said there were 4 other injectors that were a little weak, but they were okay. So they went ahead with my money and put 6 injectors in, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Now if they had called me, I would have said do them all, number 6 and number 8, but they said number 6 and 8 were reading fine. So anyway, if you have an injector problem in the future, it's number 6 or number 8, because the rest are brand new. It runs great. Transmission service was done, fluid and filter. Had a leaky transmission pan, so they did that, which was okay for them to do on their own. Carrier bearing is replaced. The driver front hub bearing and seal kit. Also got a new pitman arm and an alignment. They did the serpentine belt. They did an exhaust downpipe on it. They also did, let's see, wiper blades. I sent the driver's seat out to Ponchos to do a reupholstering of the driver's seat. And then it went to detail. That was $6,000 at Monsoon. Had they told me what they were doing, I have a motor that we would have put in it. But now it's already done, so. and the sad part is it ran fine when it went there. So, I mean, now it runs really fine. So there you go. That's what happens when you have a little miscommunication with the shop, and there's new guys and a new shop, a new branch of theirs open, and they went hog wild. Because normally what I would have done is I would have just done the 2 injectors and stopped at that and just told everybody about, you know, needing a pitman arm and needing all that stuff. But, you know, as long as it ran good. But here we are, $6,000 later. I've got a million parts invoices that you will see in the, there's the mats for it. Just came back from detail. This thing rolls back, by the way. It kind of folds back, and that's a little tie thing. There's a bunch of parts invoices that will be scanned into the truck's file. You'll be able to see in the ad. You'll be able to see the actual repair invoice. Normally I walk through all of the parts invoices, but it's a freaking book. So it's crazy. Anyway, they usually grab this handle and put their hand right here and then pull and push at the same time, and that's how you get this. But I was either going to buy a whole nother white door and put the door on it just from a wrecking yard, or put a door skin on and paint it. But we spent enough money on this truck. You're getting a fantastic vehicle mechanically. We're also missing this panel. We have a bunch of them, and they keep coming, and they don't match this color. It looks terrible when it doesn't match this color. So we're still looking. No guarantee that'll come, all right? Because I thought it was a guarantee that I'd be able to find one somewhere in the world, and I can't. So that's the deal. Anyway, there we go. 191,659. There's that. I'm gonna go really quickly now because there's just too much going on here. front seal, crank seal leaking, oil cooler leaking, see, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff's leaking. Then, to cure all that stuff, Bulletproof EGR cooler, Ford oil cooler, 6 injectors. 6, unit 6 injectors. 2 batteries. I don't have the invoice for the batteries. They owe me that invoice. Service the turbo, tranny service, carrier bearing, driver hub bearing, and seal kit, pitman arm, alignment, wiper blades, serpentine belt, LOF, downpipe, $5,997. Not exactly what I would have done, but whoever gets this vehicle gets to benefit from that. Right? So, here's the this is the actual invoice for the Bulletproof EGR. It's a round EGR. The round ones go in the 03s and the early 04s. And then these are the big ones. Like there's injectors there, just all kinds of stuff. EGR, cooler, gasket kits. This is a novel. And very unnecessary, but you absolutely killed it if you're the owner of this. Let's see, here's the auto check. There's your VIN. Gives us 75, which is above average score. No title brands, no nothing going on here. No accidents reported, blah, blah, blah. It was in Colorado. By the way, I put it on a 4-post lift and I pressure spray the hell out of it before it goes to monsoon because we want to see how bad it leaks when it's clean, which is how we find the leaky oil coolers. There was stolen 1/26 of 23. All right. Here's the actual title. This is a clear title. There's the VIN. It was American Family. American Family signed it off to Wheel Kinetics LLC, which is a DBA for Crosscut. Boom, boom, boom. That's that. And open up the hood. Well, I got 17 minutes and 38 seconds in these videos, and hopefully I can make it to I-10 to drive on I-10 before that time runs out. So we kind of got to hurry. There's your Ford stamp here, so you have an original fender. That would be a great running motor right there. Should be. There's your Ford stamp there. And let's see, Ford stamp right there. Okay. No blow-by at all. 0 blow-by. Which it had 0 blow-by before it went to monsoon. So basically what we did is we gave a beauty queen a spa treatment. This thing ran great. So dumb what we did, but we did. Anyway, there's a heated seat on and off. On the passenger side, seat forward, seat back, down, up. The seat works fine all the way around. Bump. I think if I own this truck, as much money is in the motor, and it runs so good, I would probably see if I couldn't just buy a white door. You know, the problem is all the cables that come through the door panel. I'll go over there and show you in a second. It's kind of a hassle. It sounds easier than it really is to put another door on. But a paint shop's going to want to put a whole nother door skin on there, and that's kind of expensive. So if you're mechanical, it might be worth it. Plus the VIN isn't on the door. The VIN is right here, which helps. Anyway, this is the problem. Getting all this stuff unplugged inside the door and putting a new door on. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I own this. Maybe I just do nothing and drive it. But my job in these videos is to be very, very clear on what you're buying and what you have and what we know. What I would do. So that's what I think. I think I'd probably look for a used one, but I'd make sure that I know what I'm doing before I do that, before I actually buy one, because I think you probably buy a used door for $200 or $300, just not with the glass or anything, just the door itself. So you're gonna have to move all the stuff over, the switches and door panels, which is easy, but getting that wiring and the window in, that's kind of a pain in the ass. So I think I would probably be thinking about that a little bit. I don't know what I would do if I were you, to tell you the truth. All right, let me get my seat fixed here. All right, perfect. I know one thing, it runs great, and the AC is ice cold. That I can promise, because it needs to be right now. I don't know what this is. It's like glue or something on there. There. Like I said, our videos and our information is very raw. We don't like to candy coat things and make shit up, so we don't. We just tell you what's happening and you play along at home. All right. Air's blowing ice cold, that's good. Hell yeah, a little Miranda Lambert. Hell yeah. All right, I gotta turn that off now. CD player, power pedals, do they work? Yes, they do. Let's see, toe on and off. Put it in neutral, gonna go to 4 low. See where it says 4x4 low range. Now I'm gonna go out the gate. That's definitely granny gear. All right, reverse in 4 low. Don't want to hit the fence, that would be terrible. All right, and now we're going to 4 high. 4x4 high goes away. Yep, now we're quite a bit quicker. And drive it, put it in reverse. Perfect. All right, neutral. Now we're going to go to 2-wheel drive and go for a ride. All right, if you come to Tucson to drive this home, you'll pay the following. You'll pay your state tax rate, whatever that is, plus our city tax of 2.7% and a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship out of state, all you're going to pay is agreed upon price, and that's it. By the way, they just paved our road, and all they did was on a Saturday, they came out and they paved the whole thing in like 3 hours. Monsoon season's coming up in about 3 weeks. This whole road that's so beautiful right now is going to be gone. I mean, typical knuckleheads in government. Anyway, back to the truck. If you do pay by wire and ship out of state, once we receive full payment, we'll fill out the title with your name or your company's name and address. We will sign it off to you. We will scan it into your online file, and we will mail it to you. We even scan in the envelope, we mail it in. Okay, everything's up front with us. Everything. This thing runs great, by the way. It almost feels like it's got a tune, but I don't think it does. I just think it runs that good. What else is there? Deposit. Okay. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. Until we have a deposit, it will stay for sale. So make sure you get your $500 deposit in, or it will be for sale still. If you need help with shipping, let me know at the time of purchase. I can roll the price of the shipping into the price of the vehicle, and you can just make one payment for the whole thing. You're welcome to do your own shipping if you can. If you need help, let me know. Last part of every video, I say the same thing, and I will on this truck. Like I have every vehicle we've ever sold for 15 years. More than that, actually. We don't have salesmen. We don't have bottled water with our name on it. We don't have a fancy location that costs a fortune. Our uncle rents us that property that we just drove out of for $1 a year. He collects the check and he writes off the loss, and he's got plenty of money, so he doesn't care. Right? So it's nice. So you're not paying for our location, you're not paying salesmen, you're not paying for a fancy, you know, person serving lattes and stuff like they have at Precision Toyota. We don't have a fountain out front. We don't have anyone harassing you. We just have me and my brother and a lot of information on the vehicle and the truth. Okay? In exchange for that, we expect you to be the owner on day one. At the auto mall, when they sell you this truck and something breaks, you're going to go in there and say, my truck is broken and I just paid a fortune for it, fix it. And they're going to have to, or you're going to be a shooter, right? Well, we're not getting as much money as we possibly could out of every vehicle because we want you to fix your truck with the money you're saving. If we squeeze every dime out of you, then of course you're going to bring it to us and say, my truck is broken and I want it fixed. Well, there's only 2 of us. We don't have enough time, and we've already given you plenty of information to make a good decision. Unlike the new car dealers, they don't have the guts or the wallet, apparently, to tell you the truth. Or they're just greedy. Probably more like greedy, and they have the wallet, but they're just greedy. Anyway, we're getting off on the Prince Road on-ramp here, onto I-10. We're going to go up to the next off-ramp, which is Ruthroff, and this thing is smooth. Really nice running truck. This is a notorious speed trap, by the way, so I'm not gonna really. It's supposed to be 65 right here. There's your little 65 sign right there, and the cops like to enforce that here. So we're doing 75. It's a beautiful ride, very nice ride. Ooh, we got some military stuff going on here. That's kind of cool. Anyway, bottom line is, once you own it, you own it. Okay, and because we do things the way we do things, you're saving thousands of dollars. You have more information on this vehicle than they would ever give you or want to give you or even be capable of giving you. They don't even know what they're selling you at these places, right? We do. We know exactly what we're selling you. But we do know another thing. What we do know is that we don't know when something's going to break on it. We do know we've replaced everything of real consequence aside from injectors 6 and 8 in this truck, and it runs great. But we don't know when it's going to decide that 6 and 8 are bad or whatever is going to happen, because we're not Nostradamus, okay? What we know right now is we have a truck that runs like freaking perfectly today, all right? Does that mean it'll do it tomorrow? No, it does not. And when they say that to you, that's going to run great for years and years and years, how do they know? I mean, you know, when you sell your vehicle privately, do you know? Would you say that to somebody? Of course not. That's bullshit, right? You don't know. Now, based on our experience, which is extensive in 6.0s, this thing runs great, like really great. But you never know. I mean, something could happen and something will break. That being said, if it was something to break, it would almost have to be 6 or 8 injector, those 2 injectors that weren't replaced, although the readings were perfect on them. So other than that, keep it out of a wash or lake or the back end of a semi, and change the fluids once in a while and the filters, and this thing should go for a long time, because it really runs well. Anyway, I'm coming up on 17 minutes and 38 seconds. Still got about a mile back to the yard, but I just want you to say, to let you know that I'll be disappearing here in a second, and not to worry, I didn't wreck. It's just the end of the smart card for the GoPro is at 17:38. So that's what happened to me in, oh, looks like 8 seconds. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for your time.